You may have the best idea that will lead this game into the next decade, but with you being more of a twat and less of a decent human being, nothing will be done to address these issues. Greetings, Legionnaires! As you look back at a relatively short week of release, here are a few things that I've thought about and how things need to be addressed for potential growth of the game. Of course, these are all part of an underlying part of the game, but none of it breaks the mold as to how the game can or should be played. First of all, let's look at the skills. More importantly, skills that need some tuning down. I've played 1 week periodically with not a single ounce of no-lifing involved. I still spend time with the family, cook and clean without any major issues, and then when I'm done and my family is satisfied with their evening and allows me the leisure time that I've allotted, I absorb myself into Eternum. I run around my normal locations looking for quests needing to be done, harvesting and skinning to acquire to level my skills. Problem is, I have 3 locations that I literally can spend an hour in and max my inventory with all the required materials that I'm wanting for that skill, and then briskly walk back to the settlement and restart if I feel like making another run. Let me know in another video down below if you want these locations in another video. I have well over 100 harvesting without intentionally using the New World fan site to get to the locations via direct coordinates, as well as 100 skinning and almost 100 mining. This is crazy to me. I'm used to a 3-month incursion of RuneScape where you delete Facebook and throw yourselves into the void of no return just to get that level 99 and that sweet cape. I'm halfway to max skill already within a week. How many others are going to be the same way or worse? Those that are strictly going for those types of skills are going to be much worse off than I am. Next up is the monsters or the NPCs that you have to fight. At the beginning of the game, it feels fresh, something to watch out for and be wary of. You take into account that you're a low level and can't quite smash something 5 levels above you. However, you give it a hard fight and maybe squeak a win out against one of them. Those fights were something to be feared if you have no skill in combat for MMOs. However, at mid-game, I have begun to rampage past creatures higher level than me so long as I have the ability to knock them down or stun them momentarily enough to bring them down under half before they can even touch me. Granted, I am a cheap prick running a spear life staff combo currently, but I digress. The point is, most of these NPCs are too easy to kill. At higher levels, they're retextured or were not even retextured, but they're just a higher level of the same thing. I feel like some of them should be more prominent special abilities to combat the crazy amount of HP potions of food that we have to get us pretty close to death if we aren't careful. I have fought one enemy that blitzed me, and that was a wolf that I had not paid attention to until it was too late. I'm not saying they need to be completely different, but when the DLC drops, please add different creatures or have some kind of map redo or something that is taking over and has a little bit of sneakiness to it so we can always be on guard. Third point comes in as weapon balances. I'm sure you saw this coming. The weapon balances are awful. Beginning the mid-game, you can do whatever you like and it'll work, but the in-game content theme seems focused heavily on tanks. I've never been a tank player, not my favorite role, and I understand that some people love it, but it's just not for me. I played the Great Axe and it was really fun, I'll give it credit, but I enjoy the idea of a poke and dodge style battle. I'd rather hit something 5 times before it even gets close to me. Now, not everyone feels the same as me, and I get that too. DPS is not a very easy way to play. It's situational and you have to hit and run quite a bit, but it's the ability to wreck people from a distance that needs to be above the tanks. The Gauntlet and Staff users are in a different ballgame of their own. Ice Gauntlet Fire Staff users are destroying people easily now, but mana cost for that are another issue. Heals are wonderful to have at endgame, but by that time everybody knows their position and hardly anyone messes with the heals from what I can see. Give it time though, I'm sure that they will take charge. The forums are the next to last, but probably the biggest problem. They are full of toxic, gimme types of people that only feel the game should revolve around their small PPs and massive egos. It is more than an issue, it is a plague. Most of us understand that things happen in the gaming industry. Fewer yet understands that things need to have things run the course like a cold or the flu. However, when the forums are more contagious than the coronavirus, you gotta start having the herd immunity there as well. I'm not saying we can't vent, that's cool, and that's kind of where Reddit comes in. But if your main objective is to spit on the makers of the game and not give any constructive feedback, then you have done nothing but toot your own horn and give your crappy opinion without a shred of intelligence as to why it needs to be changed. You may have the best idea that will lead this game into the next decade, but with you being more of a twat and less of a decent human being, nothing will be done to address these issues. Besides, I'm sure that the studio is well aware of the criticisms that go around. It's down to the last point. Let's keep this short and sweet. We do not need any f***ing mounts in this game. Period. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around with me to the end of the video. If you have stuck around this far, leave a comment and some feedback down below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, Legion.